Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. And this week on The Last Word, we're going to be talking about President's Day and why our founding fathers were smart. So let's get started. We celebrate President's Day tomorrow, and that is honoring George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, but it also celebrates all the presidents that we've ever had. Some were good, some were not so good, some did things you didn't like, some did things you might have liked. Regardless, the ones who started when the country was first getting started were smart because they gave us rights as writers in the First Amendment to protect that we can say anything we want and not have it censored. And we need to protect those rights against censorship and other things. But they also gave us the balanced government where we have checks and balances, and one area of the government doesn't do everything, and so you have Congress handling money, you have president introducing a budget, which the president did introduce a budget earlier this year, and earlier this month, and then you have the judicial that makes the laws, whether they're constitutional or not, and validates the laws. And Congress enforces the laws, and the executive branch interprets the laws. But let's get back to the budget. When I was writing about Congress, I had to cover the budget all the time. And one of the things that bothers me is that they introduced the budget in February. It's supposed to be finalized by September 30th and almost never gets finalized by September 30th. Why does it take so long to pass a budget? That's what I never can understand. And it almost always goes all the way up to Christmas, usually. It should be, okay, yes, they have to debate it, they have to do their political maneuverings where they give one constituent something and take from another constituent, but it still should be finalized in 9 months. They should be able to do it in 9 months. If you were running a business and you didn't create a budget in 9 months, you'd be out of business. You have to know what money is coming in, what expenses you have, and be able to and act on those income and expenses. If you're running a business, you want to do things differently than what Congress does. Do not go into debt, first of all, and then you can never get out of debt. You want to be able to have a budget, know what income is coming, what ALCO you are allocating, cut out the expenses that don't make sense anymore, and just keep your finances on track. For writers, I meet a lot of writers who don't understand that writing is a business also. And so they don't have a budget. They don't know how much they're going to allocate to marketing. They don't know how much editing is needed, the cost of editing. They don't know the cost of cover designers. And then they get sticker shock because they thought they could just put this book together and upload it, and yes, you can do that. It won't be the best, but you have to figure out your budget. You have to know that you're going to spend X amount of money on this project. And also, writers often don't understand that because it's a business, they have to market it. So they have to always be out there talking about it and telling people that they wrote this book. And when I am always amazed at the number of times I talk to people and they're not willing to pay, they want to pay the bare minimum for everything. And that's not going to sell you books. You got to increase your budget just a little bit. So those are my points for today. Thank you for watching. I invite you to visit my websites, www.lastresearchandediting.com, www.christianmarketingexperts.com, www.amazon.com/Louise Harris. Buy some books. And happy President's Day. And remember that to protect your rights.